Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Oh, it's Friday. Yay, Friday. And let's get in here and share some of those yays. Here we go. What is your yay? Well, mine is being here with you. So good morning. Let's wake everybody up. If you don't see somebody in here, give a shout out to them. Say their name, type them in the comments. Let's get our Deirdre in here. She always shares it out far and wide. And Tony and Sally De La Rosa, Auntie Jean, Blue Jean. Come on, peeps. Where are you? We're going to get started. We're going to go into our hearts and do the heart-brain coherence. So, hand on the hearts. Breathe in deeply into your lungs. And release that out. And we're going to go in again. Deep breath into the lungs. Breathe in. Add a smile onto your face. And some love into your heart. And release that. Relaxing your body. Waking up all the brain cells. Waking up your body to know that you're getting ready to have a good time with your family. So welcome in. I see all of you jumping in here. Good morning, Sherry, Brandy, Julie, Deirdre, Hope, Wellington, Marshall, and there's our Blue Jean. All right, so hug somebody. Give them a heart hug. Whoever it is, somebody needs a hug right now. So pull them into your heart and say, thank you for being in my life. I love you. All right, so yays. Let's find our yays this morning. Blue is grateful for the puppy kissy fight. You can kiss me more. Silly doggaroos. They are silly. Silly Pocky and Gruff and Razzmatazz. And how's our Gizmo doing this morning? Thank you for the video and for the video of Lulu Bell. Such a sweet one. Erica's here. Good morning. Doesn't it feel good to gather together on a Friday? And guess what? It's Friday the 13th. You know, there was a point in my life where I didn't like Friday the 13th. I thought it was unlucky. And I had that mental attitude. It's going to be whatever we make it. And that's how I feel about that. So if we want it to be an unlucky day, then guess what? We're going to manifest that. If we want it to be a lucky day, we'll manifest that. If we want it to be a beautiful day, then that's what will show up in our lives. So I choose for this Friday the 13th to be an amazing day. And I choose to have joy in my life. Good morning, Linda. Oh, I know, you're getting on the road, so we're going to say travel prayers for you. And Kathy says, my Friday is Bob and I and Scooby are going to visit Bob's parents in Pittsburgh this weekend. So more travel prayers for our Kathy Hand and Bob. And your heart hug goes to Erica and Saint. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. I know Erica and Saint both appreciate that. So keep putting your yays in, everybody. Whatever your yay is, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering, earth-rocking news. It can be something as simple as, I woke up this morning. To me, that's a miracle, and that's a big yay for me that I'm alive to face another day and to experience whatever this day brings. Good morning, Andrew Gregg. Okay, so Andrea's here so we can do story time. I know she loves story time. So let's see what that story is from the angels. It is Judging God. Oh boy. So let me get it up on my screen so I can share it with you. Okay. Pain results from a judgment you have made about a thing. Remove the judgment and the pain disappears. That's a quote from Neil Donald Walsh. I love Neil. In his book, Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh was seeking answers due to his frustrations in life. The thing is that we all have moments of frustration and questioning. There are many people who give up on the concept of God when the going gets tough. Many feel that God has abandoned them or was never there to begin with. I have listened to many recently who were staunch followers and believers, and then they weren't. And not only did they renounce their faith, but they set out to tell others that God wasn't real. Dear angels, I've had my own moments of feeling abandoned by God and hurled insults and anger toward what I perceived as the Creator, the highest being that exists. I never entertained a thought that God didn't exist, but I sure was mad at Him for not meeting my expectations and allowing me to struggle and almost die. I didn't hold back when expressing myself, and truth be told, it was the best thing I could have done at the time. I needed to release the anger, the fear, the confusion, and I came to realize that it was okay that I did so. Up to that point in my life, I had perceived God as a judge who had the power to condemn me to an eternity of separation from Him. When I was done with my rant and had not been struck down by this mighty being, I realized that I had been given an opportunity to use my free will to express myself without being judged or harmed. There is something freeing about that. It made me step back and examine my belief system and led me to a closer relationship with the God of my new understanding. Dear ones, pain comes in many forms and is often the product of a judgment you've made. Your mind labeling something as wrong, unfair, or unbearable. This judgment anchors the pain in place, keeping it alive within you. When you step back and release the need to judge, viewing the situation with neutrality or compassion instead, the grip of pain begins to loosen. Without judgment, pain loses its foundation and healing flows naturally. Letting go of judgment is an act of grace, freeing both the heart and the spirit. Pain at its core is deeply tied to the meaning you assign to your experiences. When you encounter a situation and judge it, that judgment becomes the lens through which you feel and experience pain. It's as though you bind yourself to suffering by holding tightly to the belief that things should be different than they are. This doesn't mean dismissing genuine hurt or pretending difficult situations don't affect you. Rather, it's about recognizing that the intensity of pain is amplified by your judgments of what happened. These judgments arise from expectations, conditioning, or fears, creating a barrier to peace. The event itself is neutral. Your mind assigns its value, and in doing so, you trap yourself in a loop of suffering. When you learn to release judgment and embrace neutrality, the energy you once devoted to resisting reality becomes available for healing and growth. Acceptance does not mean approval. It means allowing the moment to be as it is without labeling as good or bad. This opens the heart to compassion, forgiveness, and understanding. By softening your judgments, you create space for the pain to dissolve naturally. Like a cloud passing through the sky, it moves when you no longer cling to it. In this space, you discover that peace is always available, not as something you earn, but as something revealed when you let go of resistance. True liberation comes not from changing the external world, but from transforming the way you perceive it and respond to it. The psalmist wrote, "He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way." Dear angels, today I promise to be open to experiences without judging them. Oh, don't we judge so harshly? Like every moment, there's something that we see or we hear, and we just judge it as good, bad. What if we didn't? What if we just said, oh, well, that's interesting. I love that line. And when we can look at things and not see it as harm or bad or good or anything else, it just is. You know, that saying, it is what it is, and just let it be. It doesn't have to be something that's bad in our lives. It doesn't have to be good. It can just be. And when we can start doing that with things that we see, experiences that we go through, then we start to grow because we're getting to that place of neutrality. That's what that's all about. And, you know, Abraham teaches us to reach for a better feeling thought. So when we see something as neutral, we're only going to go up. So if we're reaching for a better feeling thought about it, then it's like, oh, well, that was okay. I didn't get harmed by that, so I guess it's okay. So okay is a better feeling thought. And then we can move up from there. We don't have to go from neutral to exhilaration. So I love it. I love this message that came in. Alrighty, so what we got going on? Hope is with us. Good morning. And Jim Mershawn, good morning. Grateful to be home in Vermont until after the new year. Yay! Yay. And do you have white stuff up there? I'm not sure if you do or not. Oh, Andrea, we're so blessed to have you as part of our family. And yes, Blue. Erica has 2 German Shepherds, and the oldest one is Saint, who is not doing so well physically right now. Linda says, my yay is the sunlight shining through the yellow maple tree in my backyard. It's so beautiful. North Florida does have a bit of fall just in December. Yeah, it certainly does. And then it does get a little chillier than other parts of Florida. So you'll have that to look forward to, Linda. And I'm coming to that area, not too far from you, in just a couple of weeks. So I'm excited that I'm going to be down in Florida. I'll be there for a week, house sitting and pet sitting. Danielle, hi, sweet one. How are you doing? And oh, I'm sure that you're cold up there in Canada. I hope you're well. And what else is going on? Isabel. Hi, Isabel. Oh, Andrea, thank you. I'm so happy that you appreciated the message. Yeah, that came through loud and clear last night about not holding judgment. And when we do hold judgment, we hold pain because that's where that pain emanates from. So if we can choose to see things as it's just a thing, it's just an experience, and not go into it being either a bad or a good or whatever experience, then we can start to heal and we can start to really fully live instead of existing. All right, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say. Linda, it's been 36, 38, and this morning it's 42. Well, we are 24 here in Tennessee, and it's a bit chilly for my Florida blood, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay because there's heat inside this house. And I have blankies so I can snuggle up and do my work under a blanket. It's -4 in Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, Brandy. Oh, I hope you're staying warm, dear one. Oh, Leo, I really hope I can see my Florida peeps when I come down at the end of the month. And I'll be there for the new year. So maybe we can celebrate New Year's Eve together. That would be awesome. And Danielle says, yes, it's pretty cold here. We had our first tempest days ago. I'm at work waiting to welcome my English students. Awesome. All right, let's see what Kuan Yin says. Uh, Blue, it's 10 above, maybe more right now. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you think that's a perfect temperature. I'll stay with my 24. Thank you. Don't want to go below that. Okay. Her hand gentles the war. No matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. When it is no longer needed, her hand shall gentle and end the war. Mm, I do love this message. And, there's lots of war happening in our world right now. And sometimes, we can't get beyond the fact that it's happening and lives are being destroyed, homes are being destroyed, countries are just in turmoil. But we have to trust that there's a divine guidance, that there's a divine plan, and just pray for that peace to come sooner rather than later. Yes, our shoeless Blue. How I love you, Blue. And I don't know how you do it. I could not stand on the cold, cold, cold ground without something on my feet. My feet get cold like really fast. I even sleep in socks because of it. And Leo says, absolutely, let's celebrate. That's a happy new year for sure. It sure will be. Okay, so what else? Brandy, you're from Vegas and it's brutal up there where you're at. Well, I'm hoping to get up your way when I come out west and started making my plans yesterday for that journey westward. And I've got a couple of house sitting gigs that I'll be doing and watching over people's sweet little fur babies when I come out that way. Yes, we could have a New Year's Eve Zoom party. We've decided that we're going to Zoom on the holidays. So we'll be doing a Christmas morning. And yes, you can be in your jammies. And let's see who else is going to have Christmas jammies to wear and show off and just be with each other. That's the whole thing, is just enjoying being together during that time. That's can be a special time if we choose for it to be. Auntie Jean says, I don't know why my computer is acting up. I said hello a long time ago, but it just put me up. I'm just seeing you, my dear friend, but I'm so glad you're here. Julie says, it's going to 9 degrees tonight. Next week will warm up a bit. I hope so, Julie. I know it can be brutal up there in upstate New York. Blue has no shoes on at the moment. I am hot, sitting in front of the wood stove in shorts. You're a strange one, Miss Blue, but I love it, love it, love it. I love your uniqueness. And keep those doggies warm, and the kitty cats for sure. How's my Giz doing this morning? Hello, sweet Gizmo. Linda says, I got my iron infusion yesterday but had an allergic reaction. I did get some iron. I go back next week for a different brand to try. Okay. And Annie, good morning. You're not late. You are just in time, my dear. And good morning, Grayson. Yes, we could say that about our Blue Jean. She is hot-blooded. Loving it. All right, so any more yays, put them in there, put in your yays. And I'm just in love with life today. I'm just so thrilled that I'm here another day. And I've been doing some writing. I'm going to send out a Zoom link so anyone who wants to meet with me for a meditation, we are going to start. It's not going to be online, so it'll be a private Zoom. We're going to start Monday, this coming Monday at 7:30 Eastern Time, and we're just going to sit in meditation. We're going to do some silence, to sit there and see what comes through. I'll have some beautiful music for us to meditate to and share messages, whatever comes through from spirit. But let's meditate and lift up our earth, lift up each other. And I'll be doing that 7:30 Eastern Time until the new year. And see, I don't know, it may continue, but we're going to at least do it for the last 2 weeks of this year. And just be together. If you would like to jump in at any time, you don't have to make a commitment to do it every day, but we are going to do this. And I've had a request from someone that our earth really needs a lot of infusion of love energy right now. And I was asked to lead a meditation. So I'm going to do it every night. And any night that you want to jump in, come be with us. I've heard from only a couple of people. I have a couple of appointments with you to get into the Changes book. So set up an appointment with me if you want to be in the book. It's going to happen with or without you, and I'd rather it be with you. So let me know if you're going to be in the book, and we'll start getting that together and start sending out some teasers from now until July, when I see it being published on July 4th. So, yay. Blue says, Gizzy is very cuddlesome. He's asking for lots of Reiki. Please send healing. He was having an issue yesterday walking. He seems better today. I think he is sitting by the downstairs stove with Dave. I'm reaching to open a window. Oh my gosh. Crazy woman. All right, so let's do some messages, and you can continue to put your yays in the comments, whatever your yay is. And give me a page number, and you can tell me book 1 or 2. So the yellow one was published last year in 2023, and that's the tiny book. And then this one was published this year in 2024. So book 1 or book 2, and give me a page number, and we'll see what messages come out for us today. Book 1, page 72. Thank you, Blue. Positive thoughts have tremendous power and send out tentacles of energy that will raise the frequency on the planet. Never underestimate your power to make an impact in this way. That's so true. I used to say, what does it matter if I'm happy or if I'm sad or if I'm angry? It's just me, right? What does it affect anybody else? This is just me and my life. And then, I found out that whatever we do at any given moment goes into the big pool of energy from our collective consciousness. So it does matter. And just remember that you're making a difference. If you're lifting the frequency, you're making a good difference in the world. And I know that's a judgment, good or bad, but you're raising it to a higher frequency, up, 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 where we can enjoy being in that love energy. So put that smile on your face and let spirit magnify incredible loving energy. I love that. Thank you, Blue. And then we have Blue says, beautiful for the earth. Yes, I need an appointment. Okay, let's do it, Auntie Jean. What I might do is just list some of the times. I'm setting aside next Monday, this coming Monday, to meet with you all about changes. So I'll put the times that are available, and then you message me and choose that time that you want, and I'll let you know if it's still available or if somebody else grabbed it before you. So let's do it that way, and then you can just let me know which time slot you want. Um, Book 2, page 83. All right, let's see where we're going with this one. This is for Miss Sherry. Live your life such that when it's time to say goodbye, you can do so without regret, holding only love in your heart and leaving behind a legacy so big that something as simple as a scarf brings in a flood of beautiful memories. You know, I remember the night I wrote that message and heard that from the angels, and it was about a scarf that my friend had given to me. She was so beautiful. She was an artist, and we had a gathering. I believe it was the gathering to honor her husband who had just passed. And when she walked in the door, she had on this fuzzy scarf that just looked so fun. It was kind of like a boa, but it was a scarf. And I said something to her about the scarf. And I said, "Oh, that's so beautiful. I love purple." Well, she took the scarf off and gave it to me and gifted me with it. And then she passed not too long after that. A few months had gone by. And every time I look at that scarf, in fact, I just saw it yesterday. So there's no coincidences. It's a synchronicity that I was emptying out a suitcase and there was the scarf. And I just said hello to her in heaven and thanked her for my scarf. And what a beautiful, beautiful remembrance of a friend. And I know that she's listening. And thank you, Jeannie, for the experience with you. So thank you for Sherry for picking that number. That's a special message that's dear to my heart. Okay, so Jim says book 2, page 13. Jim, I'm so glad you're with us and glad that you're in Vermont. Maybe you can go over and chat with our Blue and tell her stop opening windows at 9-degree weather. Building confidence is a skill which you innately know how to do, much like the butterfly knows how to build up its wings to soar. So soar, butterfly, soar. Our confidence is built by experiences. So if we have an experience that turns out well and we succeed in whatever it is that we set out to do, then we feel better about ourselves and our ability to do something. And it is like the butterfly. The butterfly, when it, excuse me, when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon, it can't just flap its wings and fly away. I don't know if you all knew that or if everybody knew that. It takes it a bit because it has to pump fluid into its veins in its wings. And it has to build up those wings to make them strong enough to hold it. So it doesn't just evolve out of the cocoon and then fly away. And I think that's amazing. And some of them don't survive when they're not in an enclosure or protected area. Some of them are very vulnerable at that point, and they become eaten by predators. So I'm very grateful to those who protect our butterflies, especially the monarchs, which have been disappearing in numbers. And one of my friends went to try to see the monarchs when she was out in California, because there's a tree, the monarch tree, where they gather when they're migrating south, and they seem to always know to come to this particular area. And she went to try to see them this year, and there were none. And that had happened to me a few years ago. We went to see the monarchs, and there weren't any there. So I'm very grateful to those who get the caterpillars and put them in an enclosed space and give them the food they need to eat to grow and become butterflies, because we need those beautiful presences in our life, don't we? I love the monarchs. I love all the butterflies, but the monarchs especially are very special. Good morning, Kathleen. Thank you for being here. Brandy says page 50. And I don't know which book you want, Brandy, but book 1, page 50. There we go. All right, so let's go there. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time as well, because we want to do our prayer time today. So page 50 says, when you start to doubt your worth, just remember that even the dandelion brings joy to many, while others consider it a nuisance. I love dandelions. Years ago, I wrote a lot of poetry, a lot. I had a notebook filled with poetry. And I remember one of my favorite poems out of that notebook, which I've since lost, but one of my favorite poems was Dandelion's Demise. And I just loved the energy of that poem because, when we were kids, and some people still do, you pick up the dandelion and blow on it, and it just disperses everywhere. It just spreads, and those white specks just go all over the place. But I love dandelions myself. I know they're a weed. I know that people think they're a nuisance, but to me, they're special. And isn't that how everything in life is? It's our perspective. It's how we see it and the value that we assign to it. And that's what the angel message was from last night. What value do you assign to your experiences, or to the people, or the events in your life, the things in your life? So thank you, Brandy, for choosing that one. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And Auntie Jean wants page 52 in book 2. All right, so 52 book 2 says, love never left you, dear ones. It cannot, as you were created as a spark of divine love. As you uncover what that means, you will find yourself opening your heart to receive what is your birthright. Love never leaves us. We're the ones that separate and step away from our hearts, right? If we stay in our heart, that's where the love is. And we can feel it, we can connect with it. So love never left you. You were created as a spark of divine love. So open it, receive it. It is your birthright to be joyful, to be happy, to have great experiences. That's our birthright. So thank you, Auntie Jean, our mountaintop guru. Okay. So Catherine wants page 2 out of book 2. Oh, Linda, have a great weekend and safe travel to you, my friend. We'll lift you up when we go into our prayer in just a few minutes. Brandy says we plant milkweed here specifically for monarchs. Yeah, they love that. You can have a butterfly garden. You can put all kinds of plants out that the butterflies love to eat on. All right. Weeds are just plants someone doesn't want. Oh, I love that, Brandy. Yes, they are. And they can be beautiful. Wildflowers are beautiful. All right, so I'm going to read this last one. page 2. And Deirdre, if you would, please share with us our daily prayer. And we still don't have Sally and Tony in here, but we'll share a prayer that they always give to us. And thank you, Julie Kiss, prayers for all in need. Dear ones, unconditional love is a divine force that has the potential to transform you and the world around you. By embracing this love as your guiding principle, you can transcend the limitations of your ego and align with your higher self. Another love message, the love that's in our heart. We can transcend the ego messages. The ego is trying to tell us that God's not real, or our experiences aren't real, or the things that we're seeing aren't real. But we know what's real when we go into our heart, and we hold that as truth, that we've been given this love by our Creator. We are love. And when we leave this experience, this human body, we return to love. So stay in that space, stay in your heart energy. And you can do the heart-brain coherence at any moment, whenever you need it. What I have found is that it helps level out blood pressure. It helps calm everything in the body. So if you have an issue with maybe your blood pressure rising, or you feel your heart palpating and you want to calm down your energy, just touch your heart space and breathe in like we do at the beginning of every morning show. Just breathe into your heart, hold some love energy in there, and then watch your energy. Watch what happens. You start to get to a really good space when you do that. You can do it at any moment because we always can return to love. Thank you, Deirdre, for our thank you for our daily prayer for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our country. Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer. All right, so let's go into our hearts. Sally usually puts up a prayer for the homeless, and there are many right now, and the weather can be brutal at this time of year. We're in the 20s here, and I know there's still a lot of homeless in the areas that were hit by Hurricane Helene. There's a lot of people that are still living in tents, that are still doing without what they need. So let's lift up those who are without shelter, without food, without people, to hold them and say, you're okay. And everything is working perfectly, even though it doesn't seem it at the moment. So we lift up the homeless, those who are without resources. We lift up those who are in fear of other people, and all of those who are just feeling lost in our world. So thank you to Sally, who keeps bringing that to our mind every time that she's on here, and we honor her for that. Okay, so let's just breathe into our heart. Let's become butterflies. Why don't we do that today in our meditation and prayer time? So just close your eyes. Envision that you are a butterfly. Whatever kind you resonate with, whatever shows up in your mind's eye. It can be the beautiful monarch. It can be a zebra long wings. It can be any of those beautiful creatures that we see floating through the air. Maybe it's a solid color like yellow. Just look at you as a butterfly, a newly born butterfly. And how can you strengthen yourself? What are some things that you can start saying to pump that blood through your veins, to pump the energy through your spirit? Maybe you can say, I am worthy. See your wings start to flap when you say that. I am worthy. I am enough. I am loved. I am a divine being of love and light. There is nothing that I can't do through God. I am shining my light out into the world for others to see. I'm sharing my beauty. And aren't we all beautiful as we lift up each other, as we help each other to soar like that butterfly? See yourself now flapping your wings, full of love, full of joy. Feel the lightness of your soul as you soar through the sky and looking down over all the beauty. Maybe you see a dandelion out in the field. Maybe you see snow. Maybe you see a desert. Whatever it is, just experiences. Experience it as you float along and feel the love in your heart. Feel the blood pumping, keeping you alive, the oxygen that you breathe in. Let every bit of your being excel. And that's all coming from the love inside of you. Deep in your heart, you know that you came from love. You know that you are divine love. And you know that that's the only thing that will exist forever. Everything else, all these experiences, they're only temporary. So we can choose to see them for what they are. They are what they are. And we don't have to judge them one way or another. They're experiences. And they help us to grow. They help us to pump that blood through our veins. So now as you soar along, bring to remembrance why we gather every day. One of the reasons is to lift each other in prayer, to hold each other as very special beings of love. And let's hold up all of those who have asked for special prayers, travel prayers for some, prayers of healing for others. We lift up those who are struggling right now. And we remember especially Charlie, who's in the hospital still, going through a procedure today, and praying that that will help him to get stronger. Anyone who's going through their struggles, our Deirdre, Brandy, Blue Jean, and our beautiful fur babies, just lifting up each one for whatever is needed in your life. And see yourself as that butterfly soaring higher, up, 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 higher dimensions, and then going higher yet, and bringing the message of these prayers right to the Creator, dropping them off there, just like a mail delivery. Here's our daily mail, and it's all of our prayer requests. It's the love that we infuse into each one. And we ask our Creator and all of the divinity, Christ, Divine Mother, angels and archangels, ascended masters, we ask all of divinity to see these prayer requests, to answer them for the best and highest good of all. Let's just take a moment as we drop these right there. We no longer hold them. We're lighter because of it. And see yourself as that butterfly now, floating back. Come back to here. Come back to where we started. Now you're stronger. Your wings are able to move. You can go wherever you want to go. So where are you going to go? Who are you going to visit? Are you going to go find a companion butterfly and just soar away, discovering new places, new sceneries? Maybe you're going somewhere warmer. So just see your butterfly, all of its beauty, all of its grace, and say thank you. I love you. And that butterfly is you. That's your beauty. Maybe you have a hard time envisioning yourself in your human form as beautiful, but see yourself as that beautiful butterfly and just say, I am beautiful. I see my beauty. And when you can finally acknowledge your beauty, it really does open up your heart more and more. And your wings get even stronger so you can fly to wherever you want to fly to. So come back, butterflies. Come back. And let's see what you were. What kind of butterfly were you? Were you a solid, beautiful butterfly? I think I was a blue butterfly. I just saw lots of blue while we were in that meditation. So I just came to visit all of you. I flitted around and came to your part of the world and just dropped little love bombs on you as I flew over. So thank you. I love you. Those are magical words. Let's say those to each other right now as we prepare to get out of here and go on with our day. We're going to have Leo sing to us and stop the little birdies. There he is. Oh, I just saw your message, Auntie Jean, about the butterflies that visited you in El Paso. I love that. They must have got lost. Because usually they come to California, and I know I didn't get to see them, and Ruth didn't get to see them, but I know they do come there. Rosalind has seen them for sure. Oh, Kathleen, pink and blue. I love that. What a beautiful butterfly. And Catherine, monarch, blue and purple. Thank you, Deirdre. Love you. Thank you, Jim. So much love to you. Leo, thank you. I love you. Party in Florida for New Year's for sure. Thank you, Andrea. Catherine. One, thank you. I love you. Have a beautiful butterfly day. Morning cup full of joy every day to start the day on a high vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day to start the day on a high vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. Inky butterflies are still floating around, aren't you? Come back and say thank you, I love you to the peas. I'm a butterfly my happy self out of here. Oh, Deirdre, so much love to you. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five because the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you. Auntie Jean, you were a monarch. Oh yes, I can see that. You're so regal. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you. I love you. All right, who's gonna help Leo get out of here? There we go. Auntie's helping. Deirdre's helping. Ooh, Leo was an iridescent butterfly. I love that. You're trying to be incognito, aren't you? Woo! Thank you. Thank you, Leo, for our song. Thank you, everyone, for your love today. I love you so much. Stay in your heart. You know that's where the love is. And just shine that out into the world. Spread your wings. Float, butterfly, float. I will see you tomorrow on the Morning Cup of Joy. Come be with us and have a great day. Namaste.